Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another game in Shadows of Austin, Changeling the Lost, 2nd edition. Currently, Lillian is waiting in the green room of the Juliet Theater. The walls covered in peeling paint. There's signs of use and wear and tear over the decades at this magnificent older theater. The money infusion has gone much into renovations of late, though those renovations had to be paused due to issues facing the freehold and concerns about what could happen next. Presently, the lights, all of them incandescent bulbs, are a little low. The room is relaxing with an old used couch, a table in front of Lillian made out of mahogany, chips and scratches in its surface. She's waiting for Mel's arrival. The two of them have much to talk about, specifically dealing with some research. And there our scene begins.
Mel comes in, and she kind of wanders around for a minute. She's pretty sure she knows where the green room is. But she takes a minute to poke her head around and kind of at the renovations that have been halted, and it's another reminder that things aren't good right now. So, shaking off that feeling, she'll make her way to the green room to meet Lillian.
Uh, there we go. Lillian is chilling in the green room. She's drinking coffee, and she's got one earphone in her ear right now, blasting blasting some kind of rock music. She removes the earphone once she sees Mel come in, and she also kind of stands up. Hello.
Hi.
I hope your way here was not frustrating. I hope it was easy. There we go.
It was fine.
I wanted to talk to you about something,
What's going on?
actually. The ogre from the Freehold. You mentioned this Icelandic mantle. The Icelandic winter one.
Yes.
It seems that these Icelandic courts are our enemies.
It does seem that way.
I'd like to get to know more about them. That way we can present something concrete. I have a few ideas for searching for them myself, but if you knew where you learned, that may be a good first step. If you don't, then, well, we'll shrug.
It's something I encountered before.
Ah, all right.
But what did you have in mind?
Okay, well, Iceland, the way they've conducted themselves, and what you've told me, for lack of a better term, we're dealing with Vikings. Vikings are Scandinavian. While they may not all be Scandinavian, they're likely going to have very Scandinavian imagery. Maybe
Okay.
we look for um, where Scandinavian culture has touched the city, we may be able to find something more on them. On top of that, we can likely go to our local bookstore. We can just look up books on Old Norse culture. This is so that way we may be able to at least figure out what their seasons embody. Since I've never seen any of our winter courtiers act like that.
Okay. Yeah, we can look at the books.
Excellent.
Mel looks really kind of uncomfortable. She has her arms crossed in front of her. She keeps tugging at her shirt sleeve, kind of worrying it in between her fingers.
Lillian kind of walks up a bit closer. Are you okay?
I don't like talking about that time.
Lillian will. She'll do this move where she will extend both of her arms out. She's not T posing. They're at a slightly lower. They're at a much lower angle than that. Is Lillian offering a hug right now? What's happening?
Mel's turns her head, just a little confused, but she'll step in and kind of put her head on Lillian's shoulder.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. Bring that up so carelessly.
It's okay. You didn't know.
She'll back up eventually. This one smell is okay.
Mel looks better.
Let me know when you're ready, and we can go on magical adventures.
Magical adventures sound good. She'll smile.
Lillian will nod, grab her coffee. And so the squad opens up the fast travel section, and they start looking at locations to go to.
But where to go?
Okay. Start off with the motherfucking Google search.
Those can never go wrong. Would you like to use your brownie spoon?
No. You learn that shit the hard way.
What are you Googling for?
She's gonna start with a very basic search. She's just gonna look up Scandinavian culture in Austin, Texas.
All right, give me an intelligence plus academics roll.
Okay.
I will give you +1 equipment bonus because you're using a computer.
3 successes.
So you're looking through to see how much Scandinavian culture there is. The first thing that you're going to find is that there is a Norwegian Society of Texas. There is a Scandinavian department at the UT College of Liberal Arts. That would be University of Texas at Austin.
Oh, there's a Scandinavian dorm, you said? Is that what I heard?
Scandinavian department, like they
Okay.
in the liberal arts department. And that there is a surprisingly large Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish population in the area. Also
Okay.
on the list, you'll find a set of sites, like for where the Scandinavian Society meets, and you even notice a park dedicated in their honor.
Oh, an apartment.
No, park.
Park. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so an apartment. Alrighty.
Okay. So where do we go first?
Lillian, she absentmindedly takes her sharp ass thumbnail and kind of just lightly kind of bites that. Let's start with where I would imagine the lowest risk would be. You feel like going to school?
School it is.
Okay. So you guys, how are you getting to the university?
Fuck it. Uber has never failed
All right,
us.
So the car pulls up to the University of Texas in Austin. It is a moderate-sized campus. Not as big as, say, the ones in Dallas and Houston, but it's still pretty big. Kind of has a rustic Mexicana feel to it, with the color scheme in the like desert yellows, the orangish hues of the rooftops and the tiling, the alabaster white walls. You find yourself walking around. There's a massive library, uh, of course, a stadium nearby, plenty of parking, though as the school year's in session, much of it is taken. Good thing you guys took an Uber to get there. Then where do you want to begin looking first?
Alrighty. So firstly, all the hits that she got, she's got those saved on different tabs.
Okay.
Unless your assumption was she was using a proper desktop, in which case she probably would have just been like, so here's the links, here's the URLs. I just want to throw that out there. But what she's gonna do is she's gonna check the fucking map of the
Okay.
and look for just anything that implies that there's a liberal arts department or something like that.
Well, there is in the liberal arts department. So you're heading down to the liberal arts department first?
Yes.
All right. You head down there. As with most liberal arts departments, it's kind of tucked away from the main structures because who wants to be associated with that in academia? It's a multi-story building. Plenty of people with Longhorn t-shirts, orange and white, walking around. People with their backpacks, their book bags, their Starbucks. It's a packed campus with plenty of students. Someone hands you a brochure at some point. You looking through that, you can see that there's over 53,000 students at this university.
Ooh, neat.
You get down to the um, liberal arts department, which pretty massive, pretty massive. There's different study programs. You notice immediately that there's a list of some of them: international relations, German and French, American studies, Scandinavian studies, um, Islamic
Bam.
studies.
Bam.
She's not. Oh, keep going. Lillian will just at least note that she found it, but she is curious about the other things.
Latin American studies, Mexican American studies. I mean, it is a massive set of lists. Women's and gender studies. For what catches her eyes, they have Asian studies, Asian culture and languages, and Asian American studies at this university.
Pulls her glasses down, looks at that. Lillian starts thinking to herself, it may be worthwhile for a member of the Autumn Court to get a student ID here, so that way the court can access some of their findings and just all the resources the school has. Notes, also later goals. Later goals.
So you're standing there on the lobby floor. Some of the department not classrooms, but offices are here. The Scandinavian ones are not on this floor, however. You're going to have to go up to the 6th floor.
Okay.
I guess we're going to the 6th floor then.
Lillian was going to suggest taking an elevator, but she kind of looks at Mel. She's going to ask, are elevators okay for you?
Elevators are fine, yes.
All right.
All right, you guys get into the elevator. Press the button. The doors eventually open onto the floor. You walk out. You see that since it's a fairly big building, over in one direction corridor, another way corridor, forward corridor, plenty of windows, offices. Looks like department offices too. The decor on the walls is art from various periods in German, Danish, and Swedish history.
Huh. So, what door do we want?
My sound did go out.
Say again?
My sound went out for a lot of that. What choices of door did we have?
There's plenty of choices of doors, different departments, offices. I mean, you see a German language department ahead of you. To your left, you see just some office doors. To your right, you see office doors and another department. This one for German studies. It's a pretty large floor.
Are there any study rooms here?
In this part, no.
Okay.
Not that you see, at least.
So
Standing near the elevator like you are. There are plenty of people walking around, students, teachers, likely some aides, graduate students.
cool. She's gonna flag down one of the students.
Huh? Yeah?
Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. Me and my friend here. Um, I know we're on the right floor, but now I think we just need to find the right place on the floor. Um, we're looking to learn more about Scandinavian culture, Icelandic specifically. Um, I don't know if you guys have anything that specific here.
Uh, yeah, probably. I mean, uh, I know that there's some stuff on general studies. That way, he says, pointing straight down. To the left, take a right at the first right.
Left, take a right at the first right. Understood.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're pretty cute.
Thank you.
Don't be a stranger. I hope I see you around. He says, getting into the elevator.
Why is that a thing? Okay. Mm. Just kind of waits for him to go. She doesn't know how to deal with this yet. Looks over to Mel and forward.
Mel, well, follow.
And I know she said forward, but when I say forward, I mean she takes a left and then takes a right first right, like the
Right.
dude said.
Yeah, I figured that was what you were doing. Well, you get there. There's an office area. There's you see a sign for um it says general uh Scandinavian studies. You walk into the office area. The male secretary behind the counter looks up, lowers his glasses, smiles at you. You notice that he is some sort of um lightning elemental.
Does he have a mantle that I
He,
recognize?
yeah, cold, frigid, feels like it's a biting cold, like teeth digging into your arms. The air whipping up slightly in the room, kind of rustling it. It could be the AC unit. You're pretty sure. You're 80 to 90% sure it's him. He smiles. His smile turns into a frown as he sees the two of you looking much more carefully. I know you, he says, pointing at Lillian.
Oh, what does he say, pointing at Lillian?
I know you.
Do you?
Yes, he says, getting up. I do not know your friend, however. You are Miss Dark, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I can assume you're here for a good reason.
I am. I must ask, have I done something to offend?
Not at all. He says, coming around the counter, the lightning crackling up his arm.
Mel steps in between him and Lillian.
And who do you think you are?
Does he look like he has a mantle?
Yeah, as I said, he has a mantle. It's a biting cold. like teeth digging into your arms.
All right. Okay. Mel will smile. That big, toothy fang smile. She will say, I am the dragon of autumn. Who are you?
It is definitely not your lucky day. You could call me the Winter Storm.
The winter storm.
Which
What does he
winter?
smell like?
He smells of a burning that like a bonfire burning hickory wood. He smells of ozone as well.
Yeah. So
That
yeah.
hickory wood smell is probably his cologne. He has a little bit too much of it on.
Oof. Oof. All right. Yeah, Lily's just gonna be. She's gonna be direct here, and she's gonna ask, "Which winter, though?"
You're coming with me, Miss Stark.
I don't think I am.
Oh, you're not going to have a choice in that matter. You're coming with me. We have some questions we'd like to ask you. You seem to be at the center of something big.
I think if you lay a hand on me, what's the term? You're going to pull back a nub. If you have questions, depending on who you are, I'd be willing to answer them.
I already told you who I am. He says, trying to circle around Mel.
Mel is not letting him circle around her.
Yeah, no, Lillian's gonna. No, Lillian. Yeah, no, Lillian's pretty much like she ain't gonna be no one's prey. She's nah. The way I see it here, Winter Storm. There are a few ways this can go. You stop being cryptic. You tell us whether you are friend or foe, in which case we will take our leave. Or you really do put a hand on me.
That is
Not
unfortunate, he says with a
afraid to
shrug.
turn. Oh, what do you do?
He said that's unfortunate and then shrugged. He's now between. You notice at this point, though, while he was circling, he stops. He's between you and the door now.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm not being cryptic. I don't have any answers for you, but I know someone who does, and they'd be more than happy to talk it over with you, Miss Stark.
Great. Why don't you bring them here?
I am under strict orders to bring very specific people to very specific other people. That is cryptic.
Right. Now I know which one to use, sir. She's gonna take her hand and she's just gonna kind of pop her fingers right quick.
You really think I'm dumb enough to fight both of you on my own?
No.
I may not know what the dragon can do, but I do know what Miss Stark is clearly capable of.
Which is why it is likely a good idea for you to step aside and let us sleep. Now.
You guys don't need to make a perception roll. You hear someone clear their throat behind Lillian. Do either look?
Oh. Lillian's not going to like turn away from the lightning elemental because he's just going to pounce on her the moment she looks away. What she is going to do though is she's going to take a few steps to the side so that way are in the same fucking field of view.
A tall man was behind her, dressed in a nice suit. He has long, spindly fingers and an older appearance. You can smell the salt water and hear the roar of the ocean around him as he stands there. Miss Stark, it is good that you're here. If you'll come with me, someone would like to talk with you, as my compatriot has no doubt pointed out.
Again, I'm not going anywhere with you. Bring them here, and if they wish to speak to me, that is fine.
Um, Mel is going to take a moment to look around and survey the room.
Well, behind Lillian and directly to Mel's right is the large desk that serves as the secretary's desk. You know, closed off area, cupboards and holding areas for papers. To her left is a glass table with the couches and a couple of chairs around it. Directly behind the spindly fingered man is the door leading into the rest of the office area for this department. Directly behind the lightning elemental is the door to get out of here, made of glass.
What about windows?
There are windows above the couch to her left.
All right.
Miss Stark, what if we promised no harm would come to your companion if you came with us?
No harm would come to myself or my companion, and I would be free to leave at any point in which I designated.
We can't let you leave that easy. I'm sorry. You're important to someone.
Someone who's not forthright enough to come themselves. Someone who sees fit to send their own subordinates to kidnap me.
Well, it's happenstance that you ended up here. We weren't sent to kidnap you. We were just told that to extend the invitation if we were to come across you.
This is not an invitation. You very clearly told me that I didn't have a choice in the matter, actually.
Some invitations come without warning.
There's a difference between no warning and no choice.
You always have a choice. You can fight back.
I'm not going anywhere. However, I am willing to meet with whoever you wish me to meet with.
That is unfortunate. He's just taking a step closer to her. The spindly-fingered man.
The spindly-fingered woman stands there.
Not much you can do. There's two of us and only two of you.
Do you really want to risk blood in this?
Blood? You would escalate it so fast.
You're
You
taking me
have
into.
you have threatened us.
We're right now unarmed.
As am I.
Well,
You say you don't want blood, yet everything that you've done, even in this case, is starting to show otherwise. I have brought up a compromise. I am willing to meet with whoever it is wishes to meet up with me. Right now, you're here attempting to flex your muscles.
not flex our muscles. Bring you in to talk.
To
Like,
talk.
We'll tell you everything you want to know about what's happening. After all, you'd become a part of it.
you mean a sacrifice, yes?
No, nothing so droll.
You're really fighting that needle right now.
What do you want to do, Lillian?
We advise not pulling a gun. After all, he says motion past the lightning elemental. You can see there's plenty of innocent bystanders out there, unless you don't care about the mortals.
Do you?
Not really. But it'll be real easy to get you from campus police if you decide to do something so bold and rash. How would that look?
About as well as it would look for upstanding students and or staff of this university to be threatening young women.
You wouldn't dare try to draw attention to yourself.
I think you'd be surprised at what many of us are capable of doing. I think our existence implies that.
You wouldn't want to cause a commotion now, would you? You're becoming quite famous already. You wouldn't want to draw more spotlight to yourself.
Just what, pray tell, do you have to know about me?
Well, quite a bit. Tell you what, we'll open the door. You can choose to walk through, or you can choose to be thrown through it.
I want the promise that myself nor Mel will be hurt in any way. Oh, did you hear that?
Yes, it did. We
Okay.
can we can let you go free. He says, nodding at Mel. But you're the one who wants to know. As soon as you know, we can't let you go.
So, if we know you can't let us go,
That is correct.
why?
Once you know the truth, once you know everything, well, We can't have you spoiling that. On second thought, he says, pulling out his phone and looking at him, I don't think we can let either of you go.
Really?
Yeah, says Lightning Elemental. I just realized. You're right. They found us, didn't they? That they did. They found out where we are. I don't think the king will be happy to hear that. I guess we're at a stalemate, aren't we?
If I can be honest with you, anyone with half a brain would be able to find you eventually.
You're kind of just lucky we were the first ones.
Who have you told about us?
The existence
Ooh.
of the Icelandic courts? Damn near everyone knows now. You all are so obvious about it.
Kind of the purview of our court.
It's the purview of your court to be obvious?
You're telling them too much. Okay. They're coming with us anyways. Does it matter, does it? It does. They think they have a way to escape.
Could also just step outside of here right now.
We fully intend to step outside. You're coming with us into the hedge.
And again, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere. And I'm especially not going to let my friend go anywhere without knowing properly who I am seeing, what I am doing, why I am there.
This isn't about diplomacy or choices. This is about you wanting information. We tried to entice you, it didn't work, so you'll be coming as prisoners.
As prisoners?
Yes,
Wow.
locked up in cells. Since you decided to do this the hard way.
That is escalating things to unnecessary levels, you realize.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. We have been willing to talk. Very clearly, we've been willing to talk multiple times up until this point, even now. But all that we have received from this is hostility, kidnapping, and outright murder attempts.
We did not come here looking for a fight.
They both look at each other and chuckle. We came looking for a fight.
It's always tricky when one party wants something another one doesn't, isn't it?
Hmm, you could say that. I mean, after all, your court isn't known for its combat prowess. We thought you would just surrender.
Hmm. What do you think, Lillian?
I think that I'm quite tired of these men telling me where I'm going to go.
Look, girlie, you're not going to be able to stop us. We're going to take you. We're going to bring you into the hedge.
You really don't want to do that.
You're not your summer court. We're well aware of what your capabilities are. What are you going to do? Summon a storm? Try to scare us?
Don't believe me then.
He looks at the other guy. I think they're bluffing too. If you're so confident that you could get out of here, why haven't you yet?
I don't want to get blood on my gloves.
Guy takes a step back. Hmm. All right. You can go.
Just like that?
Yeah. After all, he says, spinning a point of glamour and opening the door. That's the only way out now.
Well, Lillian?
You can see on the other side the door leads to a trod.
She'll take that shit. She's one about to be kidnapped.
So you can either walk out this door onto the trod or you can be thrown through it. There's nowhere else to go.
Hmm.
This He's continuing to hold the door open, waiting. Ladies, I have the door open for you. Thought you wanted to leave. Don't have to stay in this room anymore. Door's right here.
Mm-hmm. Even if we decide to take our chances and go through the hedge in this petty attempt at a shot, you would come right up behind us and subdue us in the hedge.
Yeah, I guess you can't trust us, can you?
I'm a spider. I don't trust very much as a matter of course.
Well, you're not getting, as I said, you're not getting out any other way.
So, we're at a stalemate then.
As long as I keep this door open, you have only one way out. And now we don't have to worry about any uninvited guests.
Is Matt, just as a question, is the door blocking the windows?
No, you could make it to the window. So to your left is a table, then a couch, and then above that couch is a window. So no,
Okay.
nothing's blocking your way to the window.
Okay.
All right. Hey Matt, I got a BRB real quick because
Okay.
I feel like it's about to pop off.
Okay.
So I'm all good.
I think you figured out that their winter court is not the court of subtlety or negotiation so far.
Oh yes. Very yes.
I will also be honest, I didn't expect you guys to go to the university first. I was fully anticipating the park, actually. Um,
Yeah, mommy's gonna put the doggy on.
as you can also see, they, like me, assumed that everyone would find the university's Scandinavian Studies department to be too obvious of a choice. So,
Well, I mean, we didn't go there looking for them.
no, you didn't.
That's the hilarious part.
Well, you guys tend to not go in the direction I expect early on. Be right back myself.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So you guys have been doing this stare down. You've been standing there for a while. You hear a tap at one of the part of the glass window going out into the hallway. You know how those rooms you can see in. Student there waves a hand. He's like, "Hey, can door seems locked." The lightning elemental guy groans, closes the door, opens it naturally now. Student comes in. Yeah, hey, am I interrupting something here?
No. We were just sending. Lilith's gonna start to walk her way out and taking Mel with her.
Yeah, busy university, busy department, and you guys, you drew it out long enough. Um, you end up walking right out as the guy as they're giving you death glares as you go.
Lillian smiles at them.
Mel will smile and give a polite wave. Have a nice day. Thanks for your help.
I learned so much today.
And you guys leave. Where do you guys go? I assume not to stay on this floor.
Oh, hell no. We're also not taking the elevator.
Oh, what are you going to take then?
The stairs.
Ah,
There's not a lot of doors on the steps.
nope.
Meanwhile, the elevator is just one fucking enclosed door.
Yep.
Pretty much. Hi.
So where do you guys go? You're walking down the stairs. What are you guys doing?
What she's gonna do, she's gonna take this note on her phone, and she's gonna look to Mel and say, just in case they take us, do you think that you can send the message over to your motley that we found them?
Yes. Mel will take out her phone, and she will send a text message to her motley that reads, "The Scandinavian courts are at." What did you say the name of the university was?
The University of Texas at Austin.
University of Texas at Austin. We have found them. She'll also say, if you don't hear from me and I don't come home tonight, it means they've taken myself and Lillian.
All right. You guys make it to the bottom floor with no problem. No one seems to be following you, though that's hard to tell when you have this crowded of a campus.
Yeah.
Outside, students are milling about. Some of them are sitting around talking, eating. Others are doing homework on the grass. Someone's playing hacky sack over there. A guy about Lillian's age goes running by, catching a frisbee before throwing it back in the other direction. Go, sorry, he says it continues past you.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Have
Don't
fun.
worry about it. Enjoy your game. Looking around, does it look like we can see the windows from the building we were just in from where we are?
Looking up? No, it's on the other side of the building. Like, not opposite, but it would be to your right. You'd have to go around the corner.
Mel will nudge Lillian. I don't think they can see us from where we are right now, but that doesn't mean they're not watching us.
There's more than a few contracts that can do that. You're right. We need to get off this campus.
You know what, Lillian? Now seems like a good time for us to go and get that grocery shopping done.
Oh, and get that what?
The grocery shopping done.
Lillian will nod and say, absolutely.
So, where do you like to do your shopping? Walmart or Target?
Target.
All right, let's head to Target.
Do they actually go to Target?
Yes.
Okay. Sticking to public and crowded areas, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you go into the Target and you go to the grocery section, buying some groceries and then heading back to Charlemagne's place.
Yep, Penelope may get a text of like, hey, what you like though? We at the grocery store.
She'll text back that she wouldn't mind some stuff for dinner, so steak, carrots, some potatoes.
She'll send back a. She'll just say, you got it. Getting it now.
While they are, or while Lillian is doing that, Mel is going to hop over to the health and beauty aisle, and she is going to get some hair dye and some makeup, and
Okay.
one of those fancy pairs of scissors for cutting hair.
And fancy pairs of scissors for cutting hair.
Mhm.
Easily done on your resources budget, but it is straining you a little bit. I believe. Let me check. You're lucky you're in a motley because I read that wrong. No, you're fine. You're easily able to buy all that stuff.
Excellent.
All right. You got your goods. You got them purchased. Give me a wits plus give me a perception roll. Wits plus composure plus any perception bonuses.
Okay. I'm going to spend a point of willpower on this.
Okay.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. And Lillian?
Oh, my bad. What was it we was wrong?
Wits plus composure plus any perception bonuses.
Okay. My
Okay. Would you like to take a dramatic failure?
I already got the XP for it, so no.
Damn.
I already resolved the condition this month.
All right. In that case, you don't notice anything. Um, Mel will notice that there is a young man, blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin, um, looks completely human. There is not a no mantle, no mane, who has been following you, uh, both on your approach to the checkout line and has been surreptitiously sending you glances. He's kind of obvious because you're pretty sure he is not looking at those shoes for himself, unless he can fit into children's sizes. But he's pretending very hard.
Mel will nudge Lillian and kind of nod her head.
She'll probably kind of actually no, she's not going to look because she didn't want to like highlight attention like that. But she'll say, did you see someone or something?"
Yeah. Um. Stay on your toes.
She'll nod.
I hope we got enough.
Armed with your supplies, you where are you're heading to Charlemagne's. The boy follows you guys out into the parking lot, but doesn't follow you after you guys get an Uber back to Charlemagne's. You arrive without incident.
Was there anyone following us on the way?
Not that you could see, unless you want to make a wits plus composure perception roll.
I'll make
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oh, it's like you guys are paranoid or something.
we've been hanging with Rourke a lot.
All right, that's Mel's.
Sorry, this dice score takes me a little longer to type out.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
I got one.
You guys don't see anyone following you.
Okay.
You get inside. Penelope's there, smiling as you come in, looking all effervescent and uh, beautiful as always. Set some cookies down. They look to be sugar cookies. All of them shaped like pumpkins.
Ooh, festive.
I was trying. It was well, there wasn't a lot of other things to flavor them with. I hope you like sugar cookies.
Sugar is great. Well,
I
in
like them.
cookies.
Um, getting oh, she points at the groceries. Dyeing your hair?
Actually, I was thinking we'd do Lillian.
She looks like surprised, like, wait, what?
Lillian?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um, she looks through to see what colors are there.
The colors are kind of wild. It's Halloween. So like there's purple, there's indigo, there's pink. There's this really gorgeous like silvery gray.
She'll pull out the indigo, point at it. So, do we want to start now?
I'd like to know what color I could going to get. I'd like to pick that.
Oh, sure. I mean, there's enough here. We could all do our hair.
All right. So, what do you want to do? She pulls out the scissors. Haircut too.
No, thank you. I will happily do your hair.
She shakes her head. Uh, Holds up how long it is. Not sure we want to cover Charlemagne's place with this much.
Right.
Well, we'll get some sheets, right? We'll put it down on the floor. We'll do it in one of the bathrooms or the kitchen.
All right. Who wants to go first? She looks hopefully at Lillian.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I can go first.
All right. And I assume the three of you are just going to be doing your hair, dyeing it, and getting it styled with each other.
Yes.
All right. No contracts, of course.
No contracts.
Okay.
Die.
Just hair dye.
Unless someone else has a contract they want to activate.
She's good for right now. Lillian will just kind of slide and she can shape shift. Just kind of mention that. She just doesn't do it because it's too many hurdles.
All right. In that case, well, you guys go on and have a rather uneventful afternoon. Just talking, laughing, doing each other's hair. Penelope goes for she wants to try out to see how purple looks in her hair, given her preferred attire. What colors do the other two go for?
I think Mel is going to go for like probably like a bright pink or yellow.
Okay. And what about Lillian?
If Lillian says she wants her natural hair color, she's going to be gently persuaded to take another color, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gently persuaded involves the rote quality.
She's gonna go for a really dark blue then.
Okay.
Okay. And now Lillian has her hair dyed a dark blue, which is a little bit harder when you're dealing with all black hair, as most Asians know.
Almost as if she picked that shit.
Sim
Oh, go
it
ahead.
it's simple, easy, and unless you guys had more research you wanted to do.
The only other thing I would like to do is for Mel to tell Penelope they found the Icelandic courts.
You did what?
We
Really?
found, yeah, they're in the, what was it, the Scandinavian Studies Department?
Yeah, at Austin, Texas University.
Yeah, the University of Texas at Austin.
Oh,
If if it's not if it's not their stronghold, it's at least someplace they've got a strong foothold.
well, I can look into it. She says, getting up. Let me go get changed.
You don't want to go there.
No, we already found them. They might clear out, they might move someplace else.
Shouldn't we look
You know,
into it though?
oh, I didn't hear that part.
Shouldn't we look into it though?
We should, but we've got to, we've got to be careful about this. They have capture orders out on us. Well, some of us.
Oh, right.
Our meeting with them was not a. It was not a pleasant one.
Well, maybe we could try to fix that.
Mm,
I don't think so.
mm,
It would be wonderful if we could, but we basically only were able to leave because a student came by.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, they attempted to force us into the hedge.
not exactly a good place to be.
They mentioned something about taking us and putting us in cages.
Oh,
Yes, that was very specifically mentioned.
that sounds
Very.
terrible.
Well, it's a very good thing for them nothing came of that threat.
I guess they don't know a lot about you, Mel.
No, they don't.
On top of
Or,
that, we know nothing about them.
Well, we know two things. For some reason, they're interested in you.
I had a catch her. Was she talking to Lillian?
Yes.
Yeah, Lillian's gonna respond with, seems everyone's interested in me lately.
you've kind of been doing a lot. Your name's passing around our courts.
Mm,
I mean, you met with the markets. You were there for the initial encounter, and you were involved in saving me.
and that one was mostly Mel and Charlemagne.
Well, I mean, when you seem to be everywhere something happens, people gossip.
Look, I'm just there to. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And spiders are known for getting into little corners and being unobtrusive. So I'm just glad I can help out the freehold. That's all I'm wanting here.
Well, both of you have done a good job of that. So, if you're not going to look further into it, I'm just passing it off to the others.
Oh, she'll look over and say,
Definitely.
"That's." I don't mean we shouldn't look into it ever. I just mean we may have to find alternate ways of doing it. Then, well,
Oh, that's pretty easy, actually. And next time you go, why don't you just, um, like, go as yourself?
What do you mean?
what do you mean?
You know, just as your mask.
Hmm.
We could do that.
I mean,
They
as long
wouldn't
as
be able to recognize.
right, especially if you, I don't know. I know you have a reputation for being a shapeshifter.
Mel will look at Lillian. You could. You could go as someone who requires a service dog. And I could go as the dog.
I feel like putting a collar and leash on you is weird.
It's not that weird.
I think it's a little weird. Moreover,
Besides, it's not a leash, it's a special harness.
are you sure you're okay with that?
It's my choice, Lillian.
All right. Likely pick another day. Well, doing it today, or we've got a bit of heat on ourselves. That's not a good call.
Not, yeah, especially since they're going to be on alert if you ran into them.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like you have a plan. Oh, and because you were still thinking about posing as me,
Perks up.
you really should try one of my, well, try some of my clothes.
All right.
And do you guys have anything else left for me?
Not for me.
Tim?
I think I'm good.
In that case, our scene ends with Penelope and Mel putting poor Lillian in a revolving door of outfits, both mundane and fantastical, ranging uh, from the most girlish attire she's ever seen to, dear Lord, that is a princessy dress. And this will go on for the next couple of hours. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Have a good afternoon.